beautiful winter day here today. Got a couple of things to do. Got to actually stock the dam with some fish that I've bought. We're going to do some top dressing on the green, give a bit of a mow, get up to the Kikuyu as well and give that a feed, ready for reno in a little bit. Start thinking about pre-emergence and stuff as well, getting ramped up for the springtime. So let's get stuck into it. Right, so I've got myself some silver perch here from, where did I order them from? Narrabri Fish Farm, I'm pretty sure. Just online, and they got dropped off today. So as you can see, there's a bag of, I don't know if you can see them in there, but there's some silver perch down in there. So the idea is to obviously keep the dam clean, to get rid of some of the algae in there. I'm looking at putting an aerator in as well, so like a little fountain in the future, having some chats with some people about that at the moment. But I thought I'd get some fish in now. It'd be cool in like 12 months time, maybe 2 years to come down here with the kids and have a little fish just for the fun of it. So if I put those in now, hopefully to set this up to prevent algae and stuff in the future. So I've got to grab these bags and put them in the water for 10 minutes so the water in the bags actually becomes the same temperature as the stuff in the dam, just so it doesn't shock them when we transfer them across. And I've got to slowly mix the water together and release them. So we'll sit that in there for 10 minutes. All those are warming up just there. I'll just show you down the back of the dam something that I noticed the other day when I was mowing. So if you guys recall, about 12 months ago, a little bit more than 12 months ago, there was a stump here that I dug out of this area here, which was causing an actual leak through the guts of this area here, plus there was a few pipes running into the dam, plus the dam was just leaking. So we did put some polymer stuff out to get rid of the leak in the dam. Now it's been pretty good. There is a leak in another spot though, which is completely separate to the other leak. You can see there's some water just starting to come out in this area just here, and it's only leaking, so it's not leaking up high, it's only leaking where the water level is. So that's about where the water level is. If we look at the elevation change, you guys wouldn't be able to see this, but there's quite a big slope here and it's quite a shift. So when I put out my polymer, I didn't really put much out in this area just here, mostly over there where it's leaking, a little bit up this side as well. So I'm gonna buy some more, see if it plugs the leak. Hopefully it does. If it doesn't, we'll have to think of another way to fix the leak in here, but it's quite a slow leak. It's still holding water for so much longer than it was before, but there's definitely a leak there, and I'd prefer it not to be leaking there because that's where our zoysia fairway is going. In this area just here, you can see we've got rid of all the grass, but there's a little leak on the bottom side of the fairway, so something we'll have to fix, and I'll probably have to buy some of that polymer this week and put it out next week. All right, boys, time to release us. Oh, it's a dead fishy! No! Here we go. I release you. Awesome. Look at them. Straight into eating. Straight onto the algae that's already there. So we're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, 10 to 20 mil. We had nearly 30 mil over Sunday, Monday as well. So I'm going to get a cut on this and top dress it today before the rain, and then I'll get some fertilizer on the Kikuyu to time up with that rain as well. More rain than I expected this week, so not much has happened with the irrigation. I'm probably going to start doing some on Friday anyway, which you guys will see in a big compiled video once all the irrigation is finished. So definitely planning to do things and getting things done. It's just not going to be shown on video probably for a couple of weeks. But we'll give this a cut now and a top dress before this rain kicks in tomorrow. Man, this only cut a couple of days ago, 3 days, so much grass off it. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 catches off one cut, which is just crazy. Soil temps are definitely going up. So we're just gonna do some hand top dressing today. So just these little bare spots like this. Now this area, see if I can find an old video of it, was very, very empty. This is actually where we had the plugs. We plugged this area just here. There's only a couple of spots here and there, which the reason I'm putting sand in is just to make it creep that little bit quicker, and the sand does hold a little bit of heat as well. Now you can do this with any grass type that creeps, so cooch, Kikuyu, zoysia, bentgrass, Kentucky bluegrass. You can sort of do it with buffalo, but it doesn't creep super crazy through it. It's better for stuff that you're cutting a little bit shorter. But you can definitely do this with any lawn to level it. Just make sure you don't cover it too much so that it actually, the grass grows back through. But this will help our bare spots just repair just a little bit quicker. All the sanding is done for today. Glad I got that done before that rain tomorrow as well. Because it's growing so much, awesome time to do it. Not bad to get the rain on top of it afterwards as well to help wash it down into the canopy a little bit more. Now this spot here is a little bit of a problem area. This is really low in the middle there, I've just noticed. So this is something I'm gonna have to top dress very regularly. This is something you can do in your home lawn as well. Now I've covered it quite a bit. It's growing enough now, that's not gonna be a problem. And it's probably going to grow through in the next couple of days. And as soon as it grows through, I will top dress again. Keep doing it throughout the season in that spot there, quite low there. There's another few spots through here as well, which are a little bit like that, just through this area here. But it's not too bad there. It's not that bad, to be honest. Now this area over here, I've talked about to you guys a few times, is a shocker of a spot. I'm not going to top dress this yet. So you can see there's a couple of problem areas like that. I'm just going to wait until we get some longer days, because this does get shade in the morning. Gets lots of afternoon sun though, as you can see. There's complete sun there now. And it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And during this, like the summertime, we get sun here until about 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, even on this area just here. So I'll just wait till it warms up a little bit more to do that area, but we'll start working on all these spots here to get them nice and level, because when you mow over it, you can really feel just the humps and bumps, and it can sometimes dig in a couple of spots. So top dressing and leveling is a great way to fix that. Great way to fix it on your home lawn as well. It's just regular dusting, regular top dressing. Great way to get on top of it. Next steps on the green is obviously regularly top dressing throughout the season. As I've mentioned, I'm not going to be doing any reno on this area for this season because it's his first year in. Doesn't really need a renovation. So just honestly regular top dressing, dusting this year, applying my liquid ferts, which I'm actually due to get some out next week as well, and some granular fert a couple of weeks after that, and getting things ramped up for springtime. I'm also probably going to put some barricade around on the ryegrass, just because I know we have problems with paspalum here. So that'll actually start germinating very, very soon, especially with all the blossoms we're starting to see on the trees out here at the moment. Lots of blossoms everywhere. So it really is time to get pre-emergent out. So I'm going to think about doing the ryegrass on the outside and also doing the Kikuyu up there, up the top as well. Now the bent grass can't apply pre-emergence to the green because of the traffic you get, and bent grass doesn't handle pre-emergence too well. Because where the pre-emergence sits, that's where most of the roots for bent grass sits, and it just causes problems. Won't take up nutrients. The roots start to get what they call root pruned, and it just causes problems, man. So we're not going to go that way on the green, and it's a sand profile. There's not much chance of weeds getting in here, and if I see them, since we're mowing so much, less chance of weeds getting in there. But also, if I see something, I just pick it out by hand. That's what I've been doing with the poa or the winter grass, and it honestly hasn't been a problem. So the rain is coming in, lots of clouds behind here, starting to roll in for it to rain tonight. So we're gonna get some of my Dominate fertilizer out today. Dominate just here, so we're gonna give this thing a kick before reno, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. So we're about 2 weeks away from reno. I'm gonna do my reno in about 2 weeks time, a bit earlier than most people will. Here in Orange, in this place that we're at, we're a little bit lower than it is in Orange. So it's a little bit warmer here, sort of a bit of a microclimate too, because it's near the house, and it just warms up that little bit more. Never really gone completely dormant here, which is nice. But we can put this out today at 2 kilos per 100 square meters out on this area just here, and let the rain do its thing. water it in. Make sure if you're doing this too, try to avoid doing this by chucking it out by hand. If you can get yourself a little hand broadcast spreader or something like this as well, I'd highly recommend that you do, just so you're going to get an even application, because I've seen guys doing it by hand and some nasty results out there. So do it properly. So just make sure when you're doing this, your lawn isn't wet, there's no dew on there, or you haven't had heaps of rain just before and then you put it out without any more rain coming, because it will actually burn your plant, because the fertilizer will actually start activating and burn your actual lawn. So make sure there's rain coming. If your lawn's dry, it's fine. You can leave it in there for quite a few hours and irrigate that night if you want to, or let the rain come in. So we've got about 10 to 20 mil coming in. If we get 10 mil, I'll be cheering. 10 mil's plenty enough to water this in. You sort of aim for about 10 to 13 mil you want to get in there. Anything less, and you probably have to put some irrigation on just to prevent some burning as well. Now, this will take a little bit longer to come in this time of year because it still is a little bit cold, but our soil temps are raising up a little bit every single day. I'm looking at some stats. So fine to get some down now. I've done this every year without a problem. Generally, if you haven't done this before and you want to actually see results very quickly, wait until you see a lot more green in your warm season grass. Cool season grass, mate, you're fine to put down some granular fertilizer now. Our soil temps have come up that much that you're going to start seeing results and more growth at the moment as well. So yeah, just trying to get this going for winter time. Check it out, look at all the blossoms on the tree at the moment. Spring is coming. Love it. Just love this time of year when things start to warm up. It's awesome. Really, really cool. Probably need to get, I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but the green is actually looking quite hungry, so I need to get some liquids or even some granular fert out on there. I might actually do liquids and just push some iron and some slower release nitrogen, because I don't want to push too much growth because it is growing so much at the moment, but it's just looking hungry and looking a little bit like there's a bit of variation in colour all over the green at the moment. It's just, you know, I like it looking nice. Anyway, thanks guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Excited for this season, excited to start getting pre-emergent and insecticides out next week, getting things prepped for the spring. When those applications start going out, it just feels like springtime. Just love it. Anyway, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you all very, very soon.